Welcome back to Discover Mexico. We will make traveling to this beautiful destination a breeze. Get ready to explore Mexico's stunning landscapes, vibrant culture, and rich history. Today we're going to be talking about travel safety. Mexico is a beautiful and vibrant country that attracts millions of tourists annually. At the same time, it's true that Mexico, like any country, has its safety and security concerns. It's important to remember that thousands of people travel to Mexico without incident every year. The key to having a safe and enjoyable trip to Mexico is to be aware of the potential risks and to take steps to protect yourself. This applies to any destination, and Mexico is no exception. Before you go, it's a good idea to check your government's travel advisories for the most up-to-date information relevant to your trip. This will help you understand any specific safety concerns or recommendations for your destination. Once you're in Mexico, keep a few things in mind to stay safe. First, be aware of your surroundings and protect yourself from petty crimes like pickpocketing and theft. Keep valuables out of sight and consider securing them in a safe at your accommodation. Second, be cautious of violent crime, a concern in some areas of Mexico. Don't resist or fight back if you are threatened with your money or other valuables. Instead, try to comply with the attacker's demands and seek help as soon as possible. Avoid wandering alone at night, particularly in poorly lit areas and near beaches. Third, be aware of common scams, such as fake taxis and fake police officers. Use licensed taxis and be cautious when using public transportation. Finally, avoid involvement with drugs and drug-related violence, a concern in some areas of Mexico. By following these tips and using good judgment, you can have a safe and enjoyable trip to Mexico. Remember, the key is to be aware of the potential risks and to take steps to protect yourself. We have created a list of tips and best practices to ensure you are safe. It's essential to consider several factors to ensure a safe and enjoyable trip. These include safety. As with any international travel, it's essential to be aware of your surroundings and take steps to protect yourself. This may include avoiding walking alone at night, keeping valuables out of sight, and being aware of local crime and safety concerns. Health. It's a good idea to get travel insurance and check with your healthcare provider about necessary vaccinations or preventive measures before traveling. Cultural customs. It's essential to respect local customs and traditions, especially regarding dress, behavior, and social norms. Language. While many people in Mexico speak English, it's helpful to learn a few basic phrases in Spanish to help you get around and communicate with locals. Climate. Mexico can be hot and humid, especially in the summer, so it's essential to dress appropriately and stay hydrated. Finances. Make sure to exchange enough cash for your trip and be aware of any fees or exchange rates associated with using credit or debit cards. Travel documents. Ensure you have all necessary documents before departing, such as a passport and any required visas. In addition to these general considerations, it's essential to be aware of specific safety concerns in Mexico, such as kidnapping. While kidnapping is a relatively rare occurrence in Mexico, it can happen. To reduce the risk, avoid traveling alone, especially at night, and be aware of your surroundings. Crime. Crime, including theft and robbery, is a concern in some areas of Mexico. To reduce the risk, avoid carrying large amounts of cash and valuables, and be cautious when using ATMs. Drugs. Drug-related violence and crime is a concern in some areas of Mexico. It's vital to avoid involvement with drugs and to stay away from areas where drug activity may be prevalent. Scams. Be aware of common scams, such as unlicensed taxis, fake police officers, and overpriced goods or services. Natural hazards. Mexico is prone to earthquakes, hurricanes, and other natural disasters. Be aware of potential risks and follow local authorities' recommendations for safety. Health. Be up to date on necessary vaccinations and take precautions to prevent illness, such as drinking bottled water and washing your hands frequently. Transport safety. Avoid traveling alone, especially at night, and be cautious when using public transportation. By following these tips and using good judgment, you can have a safe and enjoyable trip to Mexico. It's also important to remember that, despite media headlines, most travelers experience Mexico's vibrant and extraordinary culture without incident. If you use common sense and stay aware of your surroundings, your trip to Mexico will be uneventful in the best sense of the word. If you encounter any issues or problems while traveling in Mexico, there are several steps you can take. Contact your embassy or consulate. If you need assistance or have an emergency, your embassy or consulate is an excellent resource to turn to. They can help with issues such as lost or stolen passports, medical emergencies, and legal matters. Call the police. If you are a victim of a crime or need assistance, you should call the police. In Mexico, the emergency number for the police is 911. Use your travel insurance. If you have travel insurance, be sure to use it if you encounter any issues covered by your policy. This can include medical emergencies, trip cancellations, and lost or stolen items. Contact your hotel or tour operator. If you are staying in a hotel, resort, or booked a tour, they can assist you with any issues you encounter. It's always a good idea to plan in case of any issues while traveling. Make sure you have the contact information for your embassy or consulate. This wraps up our video for today. Thank you for sticking with me. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. See you in our following video.